Hi everyone. I am going to make a video that's a little bit more personal than a couple of the ones that I've uploaded to YouTube. So one of the things that I'm known for is not being afraid to talk about the things that are a little bit more difficult, a little bit more real, a little bit more raw. And I want to create this video for Lily more than anyone else. Lily's my daughter. I want her to be able to look back at this and say, you know what, mom left these behind for me to learn from. It's a little bit morbid, but I think about it all the time. Like, what if I'm not there to raise Lily when she's a teenager or a young adult? And so in creating this content, I hope that I can, leave things behind for her if that ever happens, or regardless, have content to continue and inspire her as she gets older, but also to help other people. So this video is going to be a little bit more about, what my biggest regret was. I am more reflective about this because I'm turning 30 this week, actually in exactly a week now, on January 20th. And for me, that's pretty emotional. 30 is a big milestone. I am extremely, extremely happy with where I am in life and how my life has turned out. Prior to 30, and I'm truly so excited for what my 30s have in store. But there is one major regret when I look back at my teenage and my early adulthood years. So between like 16 to like 22, 23, I do have one major regret, and that is, focusing on a boy more than focusing on myself, especially in those early developmental years. I never really intended on getting in a relationship in high school, but it was hard to fight feelings when it happened. And so I ended up kind of falling head over heels for someone, and I made them my entire life. And unfortunately, my case was not very positive. I think a lot of people do have happy relationships that come out of high school. They do have, their high school sweethearts that they end up marrying and being with forever. However, I do think that's a little bit more rare. And so I made this person my sun, my moon, my stars. I revolved around him. And unfortunately, he did have a little bit more of a narcissistic personality. Everything was about him, so he loved this. He loved the attention. But beyond that, I began to lose myself so much in that relationship. Again, as a teenager and as an early adult, I began to lose myself entirely in him. And he was very controlling. So he controlled who I would talk to, friends, where I would go, what I was allowed to do, where I was allowed to travel and who with, which events I was able to go to, which organizations I joined, even had a huge say in where I went to college and what I majored in, and even which internship opportunities I chose, what jobs I chose. And it essentially came down to he controlled everything, and I was constantly hearing no, and I was constantly trying to fight for my freedom. And that was so wrong, and I regret giving those years to someone instead of finding myself, instead of exploring and traveling and making memories with a bunch of friends and all of that. I gave it all to him. And so for Lily and for anyone else in that situation, don't give your life to a man or a woman so early. This is your time to find who you are. Focus on that relationship with yourself first before getting into a relationship with someone else. Focus on who you are, what you want to be, what you want to do. Eventually, you will find the right person. You'll get married. You'll have kids. And with each transition, you're going to give more and more of yourself away. So take that time when you're young to truly be selfish a little bit. Do you. Find you. Because that's going to set you up for the rest of your life. If you don't even know yourself, if you don't even know how to love yourself, how are you going to be able to love someone else properly? So that is my biggest regret, but I will leave with this. I will leave with the fact that everything has a purpose and a reason. I am also grateful for this man because he taught me a lot about myself, about my resilience, about my capacity to love, and he gave me my story. And my story is one that I use to empower others, hopefully to empower my daughter, and to help others walk away from situations that are not right for them. So while I do regret it, I also am simultaneously very grateful and thankful, because the bad, the scars, the experiences, that's what helps you grow, and that's what helps you continuously evolve upwards. So that is my biggest regret. I will be doing more videos like this, just really heartfelt, soul-filled, real and raw confessionals. So take a moment to subscribe to my channel, Sanya Kilji. Share it with people you know. Share it with people that might be able to benefit. And let me know in the comments what your biggest regret is.